sometimes the worm keeps on terming. Welcome to Here Be Dragons, everyone. My name is Philip, and I'm the Dragon Master. Fun fact, another term for dragon is worm, hence the hilarious pun used in the opening today. Ensconcing me are our wonderful, brilliant, and they're all just laughing so hard, I know you kind of can't handle it at the puns that were just made. But our wonderful
wheel.
Players.
It's supposed to be wheel? Is that the pun?
No, the word's already turned. It's the phrase is the worm is turned.
But you spell it with a Y.
Is that a
Right.
phrase? The worm has
Is that a phrase?
The worm has turned is a phrase, yeah.
in from where your people are from in Texas?
Hold on, hold on. Now I'm
From like the turn of the
worm-
1800s to the 1900s?
Isn't it some book or something?
Is it Chaucer or just Texan Chaucer?
It is not Texan Chaucer. It is definitely a thing.
That's Yosser.
It is the original phrase is even a worm will turn. It's from a little guy you might have heard of named Shakespeare. And then the phrase became commonly known as the worm has turned.
The worm has turned.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the context?
The idea is that even a worm, it's like someone who is downtrodden will come up above. So if the worm has turned,
Because it's rained and their home is no longer.
Like it's rained and their home is no longer. So the idea being that what once was low,
Just
now
like
is high.
us.
Just like
us.
It was an incredibly good pun, and I apparently this was too erudite a reference for my Philistine players.
We're dumb.
Say, we know read, players.
Can you quote Eat, Pray, Love, or
So sorry. Absolutely.
Thanks.
Apologies. Yes. Okay. Great. Eat, Pray, Love pun on. Oh yeah. Oh, I got it. All right. Pretend we're going live again. Here we go.
Okay.
For dragons, it's more like eat, pray, love, and the pray is spelled with an E, not an A.
Yeah.
That was a very visual joke,
Yeah,
but it
that's a good one.
it was much more. Everyone got it more. Yes, go ahead.
Are we workshopping this? Because I feel like it should be eat, pray, lunge.
I was doing it with like an unexpected comma, so it's like what you say to your love is eat, pray, love.
Eat, Pray, comma, Love.
I get that now. I
Eat,
get
pray,
that.
my
So
love.
one comma instead of two.
Yeah.
Yeah, you removed a
got it,
comma.
yeah.
It's the the panda. Bamboo? Eat shoots and leaves.
Eat, Shoots, and Leaves.
Yeah.
Eat shoots and leaves.
Yeah.
Hey guys, real quick before we get into this, let's get controversial. What is everyone's opinion of the Oxford comma?
Fan.
Absolutely necessary.
1,000%. Why?
Two
Get
thumbs
out of
up.
here.
It is so interesting when I meet people who don't like the Oxford comma.
They've never had to read something out loud that doesn't have it.
Exactly.
That being said, there are occasions where the
Exactly.
Oxford comma confuses things, but I
Yes, true.
think the Oxford comma is more useful than not, personally.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Agreed.
That's the
It
one.
never-
That's the last
Oxford-
comma, right?
I'm sorry. The Oxford
I'm
comma
in. I'm a
never
fan.
confuses things. The Oxford comma always provides clarity 100% of the time.
There's one version where it
And
does.
yet-
Hold on.
But let's all agree that
No.
grammar is just a hammer for classism. But that's a
Or serial comma if you don't want to call it an Oxford comma, which is fine.
I'm going to
that's
go
better.
back to what
I like that
Pierce
better
said.
actually.
Pierce was correct. When you're handed a bit of copy to read,
Oh yeah.
you need that comma.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's very important in
home.
understanding what is connected and what is not.
It's-
Chameleon.
Oh, I know,
Right.
I know the
I'm a chameleon.
instance where it makes it worse, is where it's the, and I don't know why this example has to be about Ayn Rand, but that's the joke, I guess. So, it's fine.
Ah.
So if you are using a,
Leave it to her to be an exception.
no, it's not about this apocryphal book dedication that is used as an example. I remember this literally from school, and I don't know why it had to be Ayn Rand, but it does. The idea is that by including a serial comma, you can make certain confusion in some circumstances. Here is one. If you are going to dedicate your book to my parents, Ayn Rand, and God, if you put the serial comma in, it sounds like you're saying Ayn Rand is my parents.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It's not. Only if you're addressing Ayn Rand would that seem like she is your parents.
Well, sure, but like,
But
If
if
it's
you
a
took the
list,
comma
there's
out, it would
ambiguity.
still.
It would be
still-
better. Wouldn't a better example be like my parent, Ayn Rand, and God?
yes, everyone says just change the order, of course. I'm just saying that there are rare occasions where an Oxford comma will introduce
Oh,
ambiguity.
and Ayn Rand, my
No.
parent, and God.
Yeah.
Hey, I just want the audience to know that like before we went live, Philip was talking about how like we needed to like we kind of wanted to start this and wanted to get this game going.
I know.
Well,
and be a
But
little more.
also, I need to know, do
on
they
it
teach
tonight.
you Ayn Rand in Texas? Is that a thing?
No.
That's what you learn in the
Also,
curriculum?
more upsetting, this was in Boston. But the example is about Ayn Rand. I don't know why Ayn Rand was chosen for this example, but I've seen this in like
Unless the author is reading this out loud in front of her parents to them,
yeah,
that's not confusing. So
I recognize.
I feel very clear.
I recognize it. Oh, they went to Oregon with Betty, comma, a maid, comma, and a cook. Are you saying that you went to Oregon with Betty, who is a maid, and a cook? Or are you saying you went with Betty,
then
a maid, and a
that's-
cook? Is it
Then
three
you
people or
need
two
to
people?
put a. Then
That
you
would
need
be
to put a
Betty
clause.
the maid, not a maid.
Or Betty, who's a maid, and the cook.
Right.
Yes.
But
Well, that's
Or
that's
it would
why
be
I
I
the
say-
maid Betty.
throw an M dash in there and you're great.
Okay,
That's-
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
when in
I
doubt,
think
it should
we
always
can
be
move
bullet points. If it's
The
Betty,
thing is, you
maid,
would never-
cook, then you do it.
You would never say it out loud. You would only write it and read it that way.
Yeah, indeed. But the point is that the Oxford comma overwhelmingly provides clarity, but sure will introduce some ambiguity now and then. That's all I'm trying to. That's the only point I'm bringing up. Oh my god, there are so many versions of it that they give to show why
No.
it's ambiguous. Those are fun.
Let's make it more confusing by dropping it. I don't know.
No. But I know people who don't use
Because you
it.
do whatever we want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can, because we're not classist, elitist, grammar buttholes.
Now, the other thing that is there's a few things where I think the English are correct and we're not. And I have a big, and this is a big one. Yes, it's the parenthesis. Oh my god, are they right about putting a period outside of a parenthesis? Theirs is more like computer code, and it's correct.
I agree. And it's
Oh.
not just the British. Hungarians.
I
put it on the
completely
like that.
and
All
100%
normal
also
people
quotes.
do like that.
Also, quotes for me, especially if the quote is like a singular phrase,
If
not
it's
like
yeah. If it's the whole thing, you put the period inside because
Yes.
if you're quoting the period, then the period should be inside the quote. Otherwise, the period should be outside the quote at the end.
I completely
implying
fully
that somebody
and
put
utterly
the
agree. This
period
I
on
get
the-
in fights with my editor around this.
Like you will see people, and I believe that like in terms of like MLA guidance, it is correct to say like everyone was trying to look out for open quote their friend period close quote. That's what like the MLA would tell you to do, maybe with a slightly longer phrase than that. I may be overstating it. But the point is, to my mind, and the way that most Europeans do it, you don't do that. You put the period after the quote.
Yes. This is how I knew actually that the writing of a game that I did went through with no edits because it was all of my British quotisms. All my punctuation was still there.
Nothing.
So-
Nobody adjusted.
No one changed a lick. No, I was like, oh wow, made it all the way through.
Well, in any case, I'm sure we'll get back to grammar soon. Apparently, we
Will
have.
you please read a passage from Strunk and White?
Do you
Or
want?
can you find Stephen King quoting them in his book on writing?
Yeah.
What's the on? What was that guy's name? Hold on.
On writing well.
William Zissner on writing well. That's what I was looking. I was trying to find. I was trying to say
Chicago Manual of Style.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! On writing well, we read that. We did read that in Texas, and then we used it for target practice. Guys,
Then
but
we
we also-
shot like when we shot the Bud Light cans.
So
So, Philip, I have a question.
please, my God.
What did we do last game?
Hey, great question. So, guys, let me tell y'all about a little game called Here Be Dragons. The sort of massive long-term story of these dragons is that their world was attacked by some outsiders who, as it turned out, maybe dragons from their world leave and eat other planes in some cases, so there were a lot of grievances against this draconic plane of Wyrmloth. Our dragons escaped into the fairylands, and then to the shadow world, and then to a domain of dread, where they had many adventures, got into all kinds of trouble, and accrued a lot of quest debt. But then they leveraged that quest debt to simply get out of their quest debt. So, well done.
I hate that worked. I hate it.
It's called capitalism. Okay?
But the thing is, it was capitalism in the sense that all that really happened is you just broke even. So our dragons, having done this, they also managed, although one thing they did that had nothing to do with the quest, that this was just from some ingenuity, they brought the leaders of the conquering forces, they sort of used magic from a ring of a wish-granting goddess named Wenha to pull them into this dreadland where they were trapped and many of them were killed. And the dragon, so the biped uprising has been largely kind of they've cut off the head of the Hydra to make a dragon adjacent reference, and more have not grown to take its place, so it's a bad dragon adjacent reference. The point is, our dragons are faced with a big choice of what they're going to do next. Of this motley crew of dragons, there also is a fair bit of disagreement, may not even be the right word, just differing goals in what it is they want to accomplish now that they've escaped, now that they have a certain degree of confidence that the bipeds are not going to conquer the world. A large resistance is formed. There's like a resistance council. And the dragons, though they maybe could have interfaced with that, they began to become a little suspicious of going to that, because when they learned all the dragons on this resistance council, many of them are sort of evil, self-interested. It sort of makes sense. They're the ones who survived the initial onslaught, letting more noble dragons die in a fight. So the dragons are not sure, because in their travels and excursions, they learned that dragons from their realm are cursed to become irredeemably greedy and inevitably avaricious, and that is kind of the cause of all this trouble. This, they have also learned, was because of a great dragon from a different plane, one called Mondevue, where everyone gets one wish. That's kind of the special rule of that plane. This dragon became incredibly strong, then made this wish to change all the dragons on their separate dragon sort of dominant plane. So, a lot going on, but we are in session 48 here. So, the dragons had to make a decision as to if they are here to try to free all dragonkind from this thrall, because as Tongard has pointed out, like, there's a lot of trouble, and various hordes have been raided, and now areas across the lands of Wyrmloth are very haunted. So there really are, like, this world that, even though they have kicked out the bipeds, may not be the shape of a world they want to live in. And the Resistance Council is sort of suggesting that they're going to maybe say, our dragons they'll get rid of the kind of limitations on dragons traveling away and coming back, and say, no, you can go out and raid and come back, and we're just going to be at war with all the other planes since they've attacked us. So, in order to think about this, the dragons, all of whom have one wish in the chamber that they can make, because they changed their nature to be from this world of Mondevue through more cleverness. And then I think you have 3 in the ring and 1 in the sword. Is that right? You have 9 wishes across you all.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Everybody has one wish, and then there's 3 in the sword.
3 in the ring has none. The sword has 3.
Yeah.
Yes, we had to use the one.
You
wish
used the one wish from the ring to
get out.
Yeah.
There was only 1, but the sword had 3. Okay, so yes, you have a total of 8 wishes for the 5 of you. You then, having returned, you found out that some of your sort of homes were attacked. Some of you have processed that. Some of you have not. XigXag's family, or XigXag's father, was kind of in a more sequestered, secret place. Was a dracolithid who sucks out brains and is a sort of mad scientist type entity. So you went there, and spent a couple of days kind of resting up. You also communed with this goddess Wenha, who the ring and the sword belong to, this sort of wish-granting goddess, mainly worshipped in Mondevue. And Lord Buku, through the machinations of XigXag, you guys went, all of you except for Elon, went into sort of like shared minds and communed with Wenha and met Wenha, who eventually presented herself in one of her avatar forms as this kind of like, just kind of cute little goblin creature thing. She was not opposed to your plan, said you would have to either gain a lot more power in order to unwish the horrible wish that had been made by this evil dragon long ago. She did recommend that if you plan on coming to Mondevue, it would be wise of you to learn to shape change, either by spending some time she said, given your current power level, if you made a wish, you could use one wish to make it so all of you would gain the shape change ability. What this would be is, it's not like the full one that like a gargantuan dragon would have in D&D, but it would allow each of you one humanoid form that you could change into at will. I believe and Shishu, however, would have a little more flexibility given her. Shishu would probably have sort of the equivalent of like you'd be able to change into a humanoid form, but then you'd have the disguise self, you know.
Right.
You'd have like the mask of many faces that like warlocks can have, where you can kind of put up, you can make yourself look slightly different here and there. So that is adult gold dragon. Let's see, shape change. I'm looking up literally. I assume shape change is a bonus action. No, it's an action. Well, that's fine. Doesn't matter. Your stats are the same either way, so what's the real point? So yes, you'll be able to simply change your form at will to your true dragon nature, or to this kind of humble,
And
humanoid.
could we use our breath weapons while in biped form?
I would say I would allow you to use your breath weapon. I would probably not allow you to fly, because I think you do need wings to fly, since you're not like hover dragons.
Don't I have a boots for flying?
Yeah, if you may. I mean, I think you might have. Oh no, Legat could already fly. So yeah, you've got those there. You may have. Yeah, you may have items. You have swords that will be more useful to you in these human forms, but you would still have your breath weapons, and all your stats are unchanged because a polymorph dragon stats don't change.
Cool.
So
I like that idea.
That is kind of the plan that was discussed, that was. Actually, that's kind of neither here nor there. Just go as dragons if you want to. The point is, Wenha, that was kind of a recommendation of like, you guys might want to do that because people there might be very scared, and there may be defenses against, unexpected dragons who have Wyrmlothian, garments and things on them showing up. She also, Tongart learned that on sort of the planet of Mondevue, there is a continent-wide city called Panopolis, and that contains the largest sort of like source of information in one place. It's called the Great City Network. That's another term for the Panopolis of. I think it's just called Panopolis actually. Yeah, it's literally called Panopolis. So it's called the Grand City. So it's the Grand City Network is kind of like a magical broadcasting company. And you were asking about that for certain reasons. What could those be? And I think Wenha would have explained that like that is the most densely populated area in.
I don't know. Media is probably the best way to spread a new religion.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
let's go and start sociology.
But yes, that was the final thing is once you guys came out, you decided that your best bet
Right.
to
That's
conquer
very
that
much
world, to gain a bunch of wishes from dedicated followers would be to make all the people come there and wish their wishes into your power so that your power
And
would gain.
knowledge. Knowledge is good.
Knowledge is
Maybe
good too,
brains,
yes.
brains,
And
shoes.
unlimited shoes for XigXag.
Zigzags and
Oh,
shoes and taxidermied
jeez.
creatures. Yeah, there's you have many options of what you do. So basically, we left with you still in sort of the hidden, sunken fortress of XigXag.
Ooh,
In the in Boglach, where you are, sort of considering your next moves. But it sounds like, having spoken with Wenha, you have some plans to maybe use a wish to get the shape change thing. I will mention that you totally could, and we just had a month-long break, so we could do this now. You guys could take a year. If a wish is worth a year to you, you can just hang out somewhere for a year, having Lagok teach you how to shape change.
I don't think we are that patient.
Probably not.
It's not our strengths, patience.
Well, we gotta use up this wish then.
One of them.
Yeah, but
It's
then
just
we'll
one
have
wish.
more.
We have 8.
Oh, one person's wish.
Or
Well,
even
yeah,
one
it
from
would
the ring. Or the
Yeah, it would
sword.
just be.
The sword.
Wouldn't even
It's
be
a
one
sword
ours.
bar.
Oh yeah. That's a
the
good.
sword wish talking.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm done with that.
Seems like a pertinent thing to do before we head there.
I mean, it's kind of gross. I mean, it's a little bit gross, but it's kind of taboo too. So I'm kind of into it.
Great. Well, I will. We can even sort of, unless anyone wants to do something specific with this, as we've said many times, Wenha is not a DM when it comes to wishes. She will give you what you're asking for. She'll give you the spirit of what you're asking for. So you don't have to write this out and make sure you're phrasing it right. But if you guys would like to use that wish, to grant each of you sort of the shape change ability, I should have prompted you for this. I will need to know the sort of basically just what each of your biped bodies is going to be that you will be able to turn into at will. You should note that certain bipeds do have certain abilities. So if you turn into something that can breathe underwater, that is an extra ability you'll have as that biped. Actually, wait, do your stats change at all, or are you really just looking like the thing?
I was gonna say, should we?
Yeah, I'll say that you can get a little bit of stuff like that, because whatever. Elon's magical enough; he can give you any nonsense like that anyway here or there. So you can think of that though. You'll get certain, even if they don't have mechanical implications, sometimes they will. If you'll in those forms, you'll have a bit of even though your stats won't change at all, you'll have some more ruggedness as a dwarf, perhaps. You'll have some more, and you'll also, of course, you've been told that there are various different, areas of Mondezvous, and it seems like there's a lot of different kinds of species there. There is an elvish area. There is a lot of goblins as well, especially in the south. So if you're trying to fit in specifically here, goblins and elves are going to be very common. Also humans.
Are we keeping the same class? Would I be?
Oh yeah, you won't change anything about. It's really just I was saying that there's things if you pick a Triton, you'll breathe underwater and whatever, that's fine. But for the most part, it's really just pick your avatar. If you sign up for a Max account or a Peacock, and it's which avatar do you want? And you're
Disney
cycling
Plus.
through,
Which limited avatar?
Yeah, which of these or sometimes it's please limit this more, because why do you have all these avatars from these shows I've never heard of? Guess what? Hey, guess what? I don't want to be Peacock. Anyone from Chicago Fire. That was mean to Chicago Fire. I'm sorry.
Fuck Chicago Fire.
Those people work hard.
No, that seems accurate.
It's they're
How dare you attack the Chicagoverse?
they're working hard and they're making new shit. It's fine. You know what?
They are a juggernaut.
I'm glad they're employing
One burned down
crews
building
again.
at a time.
Yeah.
Because there's Chicago Fire,
Chicago Med, Chicago PD, and then there was Chicago Law, but that was canceled. We don't talk about Chicago Law.
Don't
Well,
bring
it's
it
because
up.
Chicago's a lawless place.
And there was a really good
Did you
SNL.
use the serial comma just now?
Don't forget about Chicago sanitation.
I need to show you my serial
That
comments.
I would love. I would love them to add Chicago sanitation or Chicago Public Works.
SNL did an incredibly good fake commercial for the new series in that, which was Chicago Improv. And it was about as was about as laser sharp as you'd expect it to be.
Yeah.
It was real, yeah. So yeah. If you guys want to role play the actual wishing of that, you may. Lagok will also kind of be there to sort of, give you some guidance, but it is not a hard thing for you to just sort of say, we wish we could all shape change. Your ring, the sword rather, keep saying ring, sorry. The swords, will decrease in brightness by a third.
Aww.
In terms of the little well that's filled up. If anybody knows what form they would like to take, I also do have a random table for species if you just want to roll on that.
I wanna look like what's her name? The god? Wenha.
Wenha?
Wenha did. Like whatever that little whatever that creature was.
Well, but
I'd like to look like
Vanda,
that.
that would be a goblin, Vanda. That's not something you've ever played. You have no interest in goblins.
It's not like I have any thing for goblins.
All
at
right.
all.
So, they wish for shape change. XigXag becomes a goblin. Also, yes, while we're thinking of this, how about everybody grab your 4d8 and make your luck roll for the day? Good
All
call on
right.
that. Lord Buka gave me a reminder on that point. So yeah, do your luck rolls.
I had 1 pair. I should have 5, right?
That gives you 5. Phew, what a time to be alive.
No pair, so 3.
3 for you
No
today.
pairs.
Yes.
No pairs.
I got nothing.
And 1 pair for me, so that puts me at 4.
Indeed.
Get some of our power back for just hanging out.
I would say that yes. In fact, let's go ahead. Give yourselves 8 power back. We'll say that you sort of, rested another evening. So we have XigXag is a, goblin. Anybody else know what they
color?
are? Up to you.
You tell me.
Yeah, I'm a 6'2" human who enjoys mayonnaise.
Gross.
The mayonnaise part of
creepy.
the shapeshift ability?
I mean, yeah.
Like that.
We all is that part? Do we all have to pick like a favorite food for our new form
No,
as
no,
well?
just me. Just my thing.
Lagak will say, like, it might be used. It's actually not a bad idea to have a couple of very normal biped talking points, such as that. Most bipeds do introduce themselves by saying their favorite condiment, a style of music they like, their opinion on something called the serial comma.
Oh,
I'm also a 6'2" human
Okay.
barbarian, twin of my brother.
Very good. And of course, as we said,
Except for not the mayonnaise part.
and Shishu, you will basically have the ability to kind of, disguise. You kind of, do simple disguising of yourself, as if by like the mask of many faces invocation, basically. All right, Tongard.
I want to be a 6'2" influencer.
Perfect. A tallfluencer.
Influencer.
Lord Buku, Tongard, you guys have ideas? You want to roll? I have a table ready if anyone wants to roll.
Well, part of me wants to go with what is comfortable and what I've known. Since I've changed form a couple times since we've left home. But
You should. Come on.
perhaps I should embrace the unknown here, since we're already stepping into a new world. And let's roll random, fellow.
I mean, yes, but like maybe you should be a Sudeikis heighted mustached, that might be a better call. I don't know. You want to roll random? Roll a D100.
A D100. Okay, here, wait.
Do you have any ideas for Lord Buku?
I'm debating similar concepts as Tangart. Thinking of leaning into his own diminutive status.
Like, I'd like to be smaller than all of you. Makes sense, yes. Halfling
I'm
or
not quite sure which way to go.
or no.
Yes,
sure.
I suppose we'll go.
Or you go bugbear and you're the tallest.
I think that's exactly what we're going to do. Yes, we're
funny.
gonna go very, very large.
Let me see.
Also, I want to have really like ethereal, almost like glowing skin, just mostly because I feel like if I'm going to be the head of a religion, I need to be glowing.
Sure. I mean, you there's not a pore to be
Get
seen.
Asimar.
That's true. I could
Go
do
Asimar. You could be an Asimar who looks exactly like Elon's. Lord Buku is on from what I'm remembering. And this seems to be confirmed from a quick Google. Fearbolags and Goliaths are the tallest.
I think Goliath.
I think Goliath makes sense. Just massive. Buku is an 8-foot tall Goliath. You're taller now than in your dragon form. All right, so
Yeah, I want to
Shishu-
be an Asmar.
Okay, so Shishu has some angelic lineage. Lord Buku is like a stone Goliath thing. Tongart, you have a number for me, correct?
Yeah, 43.
43, he says.
Probably gonna be pretty mediocre.
If you'd had a 44, you would also have been a Goliath. So just go one previously in alphabetical order, and you are joining XigXag as a goblin.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, 2 goblins, awesome.
2
right.
goblins.
The optics
I
on
would still
this
like to have a
religion
mustache.
just got amazing.
A mustached goblin, absolutely. So we have 2 goblins. It's a real. Actually, you guys. Oh my god! Because there's 2 goblins, and then there's 2 identically heighted human, Azamar that'll go. You guys make a perfect pyramid. You're a perfect triangle. Like,
Make
Well,
a
we
great,
we did come here to start a pyramid scheme. You know.
if you line up, Tongart, Elon, Buku, Shishu, XigXag. It's like a.
Or we could do like one of those circus teams, like the big guys on the bottom and the small ones on top.
Oh,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Carry everyone on. Yeah, that's great.
That is a hilarious observation.
Honestly, I think that XigXag and Tongart on the shoulders of the Buteros will be about Lord Buku's Goliath height.
perfect.
That's great. All right, so, you also basically you have made this wish. The sword has gone down a bit, and suddenly you all make your sort of first shape change. Your eventually, having learned this skill, you might actually be able to gain more forms, but for now you're all limited to 1. And suddenly the room seems so much more cavernous and empty as you all, except for Lord Buku, who again is now a little taller, as everything sort of shrinks down. Lagok is basically, I think, like halfway between, or not halfway between. Lagok is a little taller than the Buteros in their new form, but not as tall as Lord Buku. And sort of she'll kind of look at you and say, "Oh, this is yes, you. Wow, yes, I see no. Usually when dragons try this for the first time, you can see a scale here or there, or a bit of one fang that's way too big. But no, you all look great. You look very bipedal. I suppose that's why you've cast the spell. So will one of you want to be wielding this sword now, while you're in this form?" She kind of has the luck blade, which you had her kind of, carrying since you didn't have need of swords. Of course, you do have, weapons from your time as bipeds. I believe Anna has XigXag has the Sword of the Gale. No, you gave that away. You don't have that anymore.
Yeah, we gave that
You
away.
gave that away. I'm so sorry.
Lord Buku has the whip.
Lord Buku has the whip, and Shishu does have Shishu has the blade of the Medusa, which you can petrify people with, and you also have Bone Cruncher, a really strong maul.
Bone.
Yeah,
That's my.
Shishu's got
Also,
a couple
this.
of swords.
I probably can't wear this dwarven plate anymore, right? Now that I'm goblin size.
It's magical, so it shrinks.
Oh, great.
Yeah. It's a rare case of the dwarven plate getting smaller.
Can my bone cruncher just be really shiny?
I don't know if your illusion magic can extend to objects. You know what? Because you can put extra shine on your forearms. You can make it look that way, but like it won't have any. You know, you can kind of give it some extra highlighting here and there when you're holding it.
I want everything to be like a pearlescent gossamer situation.
Oh my god! You got to give yourself like a flower crown.
I'm a real Mia Goth right now. So.
So Lagok will sort of look at you all and say, "This is Jan. Well, I suppose that's what you get when you get a wish directly from the goddess of wishes from another world. So is the plan that you do you wish for me to come with you? Do you want me to stay here and keep an eye on things in this place, or shall I come with you to Rendezvous if that is in fact your plan?"
I would miss you if you didn't come with us.
Very well.
Yeah, I don't see a reason to break up the band.
Okay, yeah, of course. You're so odd that you're down there. And Lord Bukwith, yeah. So, all right. Well, Lord Buku, I believe that given... So shall I keep this sort of wish blade here, or would one of you like to wield it, for now? I certainly have other good swords, so I don't. I won't be hurting for a blade, but it is a very good sword. So if any of you feel you will wield it well.
It would be too big for me.
Perhaps we should take it with us. One never
We should
knows
take
exactly.
it, but I don't
It's
need...
taken with it. Lagok is basically saying, would one of you like to wield this, or are you going to let me keep your legendary magic item to fight with on your behalf, basically?
She's coming, so the blade's coming with us.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
It's just a matter who's carrying.
Right. Of course. Yes, that I have no issue with Lagok keeping the blade on them.
I will
Me neither.
wield it with honor.
Great.
Lagok puts that there, so Lagok now has... I don't think Lagok could dual wield, but Lagok has two not joke swords. Lagok has a frost brand and this wish blade. Is ready to carve people up. Also, I will say that Quadrazix can pretty easily, like plenty of treasure of a mundane variety that's whatever. You can all have just note it down if you wish, or you can decide when a fight comes, but like you can all have a martial weapon of like just pick anything.
I believe I still have a Kopesh.
If you've got a cope, if you have a thing already, you're great. If you're out of physical weaponry and you just want to grab a it won't be magical, but it will be
some sword or something.
And I guess you still do have the you guys did retain the infernal battle standard, didn't you? You got that in your deal.
Well,
so
we
you
can't
do
get rid of
have-
Franklin.
Yeah, you have just cursing. So you've got that, and of course Lord Buku has that amulet of planar travel. That is kind of a key to.
Oh, we're traveling.
Which one is that sword that is not a short sword but dexterity based?
The
rapier?
rapier.
Yeah, rapier. I take a rapier.
Perfect. So yeah, there's some cool ones in there from people whose brains are in jars. Quadrazix can point out exactly whose jar had which treasure. But if you guys are ready, you may travel to Rendezvous whenever you're ready, unless there's anything else you'd like to do here in your home plane. Bear in mind, because of Lord Buku's stats and because you have objects associated with this stuff, you guys really can travel between these two worlds basically at will. The only thing that will be a little bit more left up to the fates is your exact arrival location is not always as guaranteed. You might not be able to go to, pinpoint accuracy, but like if it's especially going to this newer place. Coming back, you could be a little more.
I just have one question that I think we may want to address before we arrive there, because maybe it will be an awkward conversation if we're overheard there. Are we just gonna say who we are? Or are we kind of putting on different identities when we're in these forms? Are we just gonna still be Buku and Elan and right? Or are we gonna choose new names for these new forms?
Well, I think the name is fine. I mean, Would they know what XigXag is?
No, I'm just because we're going there to try to set up a religion. I think I didn't know if we were kind of going to create new identities, go with it, or just perform as ourselves.
No, I think it adds to the legend.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Also, I just feel like I have a lot on my plate with being the head of a new religion that I don't need to like learn new names.
Oh well, you would have to be Shishu regardless. It's just a matter of. Oh, you want to learn new names? Gotcha. I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself there. That's
It's
understandable.
It's a lot. Names always hard for sheesh.
I mean, I'm gonna need to know the names of every single one of my subjects. So,
That would
I
make
mean,
you the first.
worshippers. Oh my god, this is crazy. Worshippers. I gotta get used to the new terminology.
I mean, I know that, founding the religion is like a part of the process that we're aiming for. But just to be clear, our goal is actually to find someone really powerful and get them to use their wish for us, right?
Right.
Just wanna be-
The religion seems to be a way to end, is I think like a part of a two-pronged attack, right? If we can find someone there who has already a lot of wishes and take their power, or have them give us their power, that's the shortcut, right? But in
Absolutely,
the meantime, the
yes.
religion will hopefully get people to tithe their wishes to us.
Yes,
right?
and that is
Hide
a
your
fact.
wishes.
There was a thing where like she did explicitly say what you're talking about because you did ask that. Like Wenha is aware of and probably would just tell you if you asked on a subsequent day's communion with her, Lord Buku. She would tell you like oh yeah, there's a she like if you say like who is the most powerful being who hasn't used a wish, she could direct you to said person whose identity is known.
But I also think that's why we were heading towards the best source of information, because then we can find out like what religions are here already, what gap can we fill, right? And then also probably there's a record of people's power on the planet. I imagine there's a wish registry.
Right.
Ooh.
Wish
I want to read the wish I can't say it, but I want to read it.
Wish registry. There you go.
Registry.
All right. So I'm going to say that you guys do know the names of the continents of Wishworld. You are pretty sure you could probably go to a continent of your choice. Where you actually wind up beyond that, and if you can try to specify, like certain things when you do this, Lord Buku, but. The continents, there are 5 sort of land masses. There is A oil, which is AE-EUL. That came literally from a ring roll, by the way. That was done over a year ago. There is Brechelianth. Aul is a southern continent, and there's a bunch of there's a lot of wild magic there. Brechelianth is a heavily forested realm of that's very, very elvish. And there's also a lizard folk kingdom called Scurvy there. There's another continent called Cirm, Cirm. That is a more sort of kind of, it's a little more arid of climates. That one is home to the Yav divinity, which is a theocracy based on a sort of anarchist deity called the bird priest Yavle. There is Panopolis, which is the massive Epiropolis or continent-wide city that you've heard of. It's called the Grand City, and it has 25 different boroughs that are each their own mega city, basically. And then the last continent is called Wenhavas, but is mainly called Wishworld. It is up in the north. I swapped it, by the way. The elves are in the south, the goblins are in the north. And that is where there is the massive goblin nation of the Ba Ling Mystery, ruled over by the Mysterian, who is the goblin's king.
It's called Wish World.
it is that continent is known as Wishworld, which many people refer to the entire plane as Wishworld.
Can I use a luck roll and figure out what might be the better spot to adhere to?
Make a luck roll.
That's 2 2s.
2 2s. All right.
Coinage.
With 2 coinage.
Perfect. Coinage.
With a double coinage, we'll say to the security side of things. I will because just to be perfectly honest, you know, you guys have a lot of things you're doing. This is a whole new world of new adventures here, so there's no bad answer. You, however, with just whatever luck you choose, we'll say it's a luck thing. You don't want to go to CERM. You don't want to go to the one where there's already a theocracy. You are pretty confident that you're not going to be able to, you know, you might be able to start a new religion somewhere, but if there is a massive, you know, continent-wide, you know, religion, that may be a place where you will encounter much more resistance.
Makes sense. I get that. Yeah. Totally.
So that would leave the sort of the mountainous Aoil, the forested Brecalianth, the Epiropolis of Panopolis, or Wishworld in the north. Where
I think it would be either the Panopolis or the Wishworld, maybe. That sounds the most.
Let's go to Wishworld. Like why make it complicated?
Wishworld, great.
Yeah, Wishworld.
I like name brand. That's what I like to.
I mean, if we are looking for wishes, it does seem like the place to go, right?
All
It
right.
sounds logical.
Just obvious, really.
All right. So you want to go to Wishworld. I love it. All right. Then Lord Buku, if you you know, you can bid Quadrizus goodbye, but you would like to activate that. You can attempt to specify, you know, like a city, a castle, you know, you can specify, you can attempt to specify a type of location there, on that continent if you'd like. You're not guaranteed to get there, but you can you know, kind of just basing this on the way the plane shift spell works, where it's like, you know, you can say something you're vaguely familiar with and get, you know, so I'm just, or if you just want to say Wishworld, I'll just take you somewhere in Wishworld.
A library.
No, not a library.
Why not?
Well, I don't know. I suppose it's possible. I don't want to light any books on fire with our sudden arrival. I think I would try to aim for a church of some kind, because as Elon would let you know, Oppo research is very important when trying
Understood.
to enter a new market.
A church
I'm glad
in
that you-
Wishworld. I love it.
Glad that you're listening. Yeah.
Okay.
It's really good a vibe, yeah.
Libraries
The-
are just churches of knowledge.
The long-term
true.
boss on Keen, you know, saying, know your enemy is know yourself.
I love it. All right, then if you guys choose to head to a place of worship on the continent of Wishworld, also called Wenhavas, meaning the land of Wenha. Do any of you speak Goblin? I know Elon will be able to understand it. But does anybody specifically speak Goblin? You're not going to have trouble talking to people. I'm not going to do a thing where, like, no, you know, you guys don't even speak Common, let alone, like, we're not going to get into that. But it's more just, like, if I'm going to tell you etymologies of things, or if you'll want to, you know, look those
No,
up
I
yourself.
speak draconic and Sylvan.
Perfect.
I think
Could we
all
not
speak
have made that
Draconic.
part of our wish? That was a oversight.
Shouldn't be that
When we
yeah.
shapeshift, can we learn the language that we're, or be able to speak understand the
Yeah,
language?
yeah,
of the-
It's I'm going to say that given how long you guys were in other planes, you all have picked up a fair bit of just, like, the common tongue. We'll just...
Sure. I have to
imagine that common as, like, a lingua franca probably is, you know, because there's a weird thing about English that even though English is an absurd language, it actually is not particularly hard to learn at its most basic levels. And they've said that's why it has worked well as like an it's like a preposterous language and it's totally inconsistent, but like at its super basest things, you can
true.
pick it up faster than like Russian.
Easy to learn, hard to master.
Sure, it's like English is a piano.
Oh my god.
All right, so Lord Buku, as you all gather together, you're going to cast the plane shift spell on up to 8 willing creatures. There are only 6 of you as you guys gather. I mean, and technically Franklin's coming along, but is part of an object and is certainly not willing. In any case, you whisk yourselves
What are you talking
away.
about? Franklin loves going everywhere with us.
Franklin, are you excited? We're gonna go for another trip. You excited?
I've given up. I hope you get a toothache and it rots. Poisons your brain.
Look at
I'm excited too.
Look how
excited he
happy
is.
he is that we are going.
All I hope is that this takes you to a demonic escape by accident and some worthwhile demon frees me, and then I piss on each of you.
Oh boy. Oh. Well,
Only Elmon
Was he
knows
talking
what that was.
ooh, spicy.
Franklin's very excited, isn't he?
I love this.
is
I love
gonna
this
be great.
flipping guy. I love him. I love him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, such great energy.
Yeah. Where would we be without you, Franklin?
Nowhere good.
Wherever
Right.
it was, I wish I was fucking there. All right, so you guys, you cast the spell, Lord Buku. You activate this amulet, and suddenly, sort of the stars within expand. And you guys have traveled this way, I guess, once before, only when you came here, and you are suddenly whooshed up. Pierce, would you roll me a D8?
Okay.
This is literally just to determine time of day and where you're going.
Sure. 6.
6. Okay, so it is the afternoon. I'll say that it's actually roll me a D12. Let's just sort of determine season. Sorry, guys.
Bro. 7.
So we're in the sort of basically you arrive now. It is sunny overhead. You see that there are some beautiful forest lands around where you are, and what you are standing on, where sort of the 6 of you just suddenly appear, is there appears to be under your feet a almost familiar road. Lord Buku, this road looks very much like the sort of crystalline, iridescent cobblestones when you commune with Wenha, when you go to that place. It looks like there is an incredibly sturdy, the road is pristine, it is not marked up, there is some like dust and dirt on it that seems to be blown on, but like then a wind will sort of pass over it and the dust flies right off, very easy to clean, kind of very hard to break or scratch. There is this extremely pretty wide road, like two carriages could easily pass, one, kind of going both directions on it. So it seems there's a very well paved road going through this world, and you see that in the distance from where you are, there does appear to be there appears to be like a roadside inn, and behind it there looks like a structure that gives you some kind of temple vibes. This is set off of the road a bit. The sun is beating down, the grass is incredibly green, but given you can maybe even tell by the angle of the sunlight or something that you're probably at a pretty like high, you're probably pretty sort of northerly on the sort of globe of this world. Actually, oh my god, is the Wish World a globe? I have to make sure it is a globe because they're all different. Yes, it is a sphere. So it's basically, imagine like it's warm, but it is not hot, even though it's the height of summer. This is not a place that gets to like hundreds of degrees in the summer like it would be in sort of kind of more toward equatorial worlds, or equatorial continents. So it's kind of like a very pleasant like 75. The greenery of these forests, the forest that extends sort of beyond, you're probably like like half a mile from this large inn, and sort of with kind of then like up on a small hill, there is a sort of a church-looking building. You're maybe half a mile from that, and then beyond that is more forest, and some of the trees are very large. If you turn and look behind you, you see grasslands with a good bit of vegetation here or there, rolling hills. And maybe in the distance you can see sort of some kind of like small part of some body of water, which you assume is a lake of some kind. Doesn't give you big ocean energy. So yeah, but you have arrived on this continent, and you are fairly confident that there is a church up ahead, but you also see there is an inn, and you are on an incredibly well-paved road.
Well, I guess we forge ahead, right?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I guess we follow the Wishbrick Road.
All right. If you guys make your way there, there's no one ahead of you on the road at this exact hour. But as you sort of approach, you see there's a good number of people sort of like in the environs of that inn, sort of chatting and talking. There are some horses tied up on some hitching posts. You also see there's an odd kind of collection of these strange objects, maybe like the size of a rowboat or a little larger. They have rubber wheels on the sides of them, so they look kind of like a carriage, but you see no place to hitch a horse to it. And their bodies seem to be armored and painted in various kind of bright colors. Sort of some strange conveyances. Maybe you don't see where you'd easily hitch a horse to it. It seems like it would be too heavy for a horse to pull.
Is there like holes on the bottom so you could put your feet down in?
None that you can see from where you're going, but as you sort of approach that area, we'll say there is a goblin standing there. And he'll sort of see you guys walking up and kind of noticing you, XigXag, perhaps like looking at that vehicle. This goblin kind of walks over and goes, "Yeah, pretty sweet ride, huh?"
Yes. How do you ride it?
Oh, I mean, well, I'm just, I don't do too much off-roading. I mainly do, I'm pretty quick. I can do some drag racing on the road and stuff like that. We got a couple dirt tracks set up. I'll go on those, but I'm pretty, I don't. But I mean, I'm not just taking it on like a milk run, It's built for speed. This one slaps the side of it.
Yeah. Okay. I don't want to look like a country bumpkin, so I just pretend that I understand what he's talking about.
Where are you guys coming from? Are you from Frisheb?
Yeah, Frisheb. That's where we are from. Yeah.
Well, you're from Frisheb, or you're just passing?
Pass
through Frisheb?
Yeah, we are passing through. We were coming like further down the way.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Great. Well, are you staying at the inn, or are you kind of these religious people who have been showing up? Is that you guys?
Oh.
You don't look like most of them. You don't have the vibe they have, but
what kind
what's
of
your
maybe
vibe?
you do. Hello. He kind of waves to Shishu.
And Shishu does what she can to just sparkle. She just sparkles.
Ooh, whoa. Yeah. Oh yeah. Never mind. You don't have the vibe of them.
What's her vibe?
Ooh, real kind of like let's paint all our fingernails black and like sit in a dark room and light a candle kind of thing vibe. I don't know.
That doesn't sound like very much fun.
They didn't. I saw them coming, and none of them seemed like they wanted to pay for a ride in my car. You guys, anybody want to pay for a ride in my car?
Pay?
Yeah. I give rides in my car.
How much?
Oh, I don't know. You can do I mean, you got a piece of silver's fine.
Do we have any money?
Do we have any money?
Lagak kind of says, if any of you would like a ride, I do kind of sensing that energy. You guys definitely have a lot of treasure, But I suppose. Oh, did you leave all? Did you leave like your
We left the treasure.
with Quadras?
Dead.
We left,
Okay.
yeah.
Makes sense. So yeah,
do we have,
Oh,
so
Lagak, yes.
I'll
could
say
you please
Lagak does
pay
have
the
some.
Could you give the guy a silver for a ride? Yeah, please.
Yes, absolutely. If you'd like here's a silver coin for you. Whoa, where's this from? Hey, oil? I don't know those symbols. Maybe you guys did come from further away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You can, come on,
Yeah.
hop in. Who's coming? I can fit you two, no problem. Points to Tongart and XigXag, and then maybe one of the others. I don't think I can take two of the others. Well, actually,
I'll go.
oh, okay, cool. So if Elon, XigXag, and Tongart kind of pile into this vehicle,
Yeah.
That's perfect. Me and Shishu will have a nice little stroll right behind you. Perhaps while you're all traveling, you can get some more of the news of the immediate region.
all right. You guys want on the WWR, or you want? Should we just do? Should I just go? You want to kind of? I can. The grass here is pretty easy. If you
Which
just
one
want
is the more fun?
What do you mean? Which
I
one's
want some
more
thrills.
fun?
Yeah, we
What do you
want
like?
some thrills.
That's
Show
tricky to
us
say.
what this ride can do.
I can go way faster on the road.
Oh,
On
let's
the
do that.
wishing road, but it's a lot more scary if I just do donuts in the grass.
No, fast. I like fast.
All
Let's
right,
go fast.
built for speed. Sounds good. So this goblin kind of, and suddenly the vehicle that Tongart, XigXag, and Elon are on begins to shake and rumble. And Lord Buku and Shishu, you see this just belch of black smoke starts coming out of the back. This unmufflered hot rod that this goblin has is just, and the goblin's like, all right, so here we go. All right.
There is a wheel.
Yeah, there's a
Steering
little wheel.
wheel?
Steering wheel.
Oh, okay.
The goblin's like, so, everybody, the goblin also, the goblin would have, after all this, 'cause it's like a warm day, but about to race, goes over and grabs a tight leather jacket. And I mean tight in both meanings. Pulls on this cool leather jacket.
Right.
All right. You guys ready?
I'm
hold
ready
on.
as I'll ever be.
All right. Hey, just remember, if it gets too fast for you, hold on to something because we're not slowing down. Woohoo! And then it sort of kind of peels out, gets onto the road, and as soon as it's on the road, the ride is much smoother, but also it does start going very quickly. And though you all have probably flown at speeds faster than this through the air at various times, something about being this low to the ground, traveling this quickly in this engine, and like you keep hearing some kind of like, maybe there's a creature inside of this thing who has a really weird way of talking or kind of grunting because it keeps going. It like takes breaths or something. It's very weird. But as you guys are just speeding along, you have to admit it is the idea that you paid someone a silver to thrill you. You're now being thrilled. Lord Buku and Shishu and Lagak just watch that sort of peel off. We'll say back in the direction that you just came from. And after a few moments,
Wait, Lagak's with us?
yeah, Lagak is there with you guys.
Oh, we have a chaperone.
Lagak says,
Buku was so excited that he notices Lagak's still there. Just like,
Lagak has the most emotional intelligence of anyone here. So Lagak is standing away from you two. Lagak is like,
Buku just,
And
Buku
Shishu
just
keeps
gives
turning around
the
like,
head nod and wink to him.
and Shishu's like,
Lagak.
you can walk with us, Lagak. It's okay.
I'm just watching that. I'm just watching to make sure they don't crash in this contraption of theirs.
Okay.
Yeah, Shishu, we should probably start moving so we don't get too far left behind. I mean,
Okay, great.
they'll lay the groundwork for your religion. Why don't you tell me about it? I'm very curious to see what your plans are for
Well, I think, like, first of all, I have the most worshippers of any religion. That's the number one tenet of it.
it. Of course.
And I don't know, I guess I save their souls or like whatever.
That was perfect. That's so you. really.
I mean, I do
really
a lot
how-
for. I do so much for so many. You know.
It's true.
Something with fashion, maybe.
You're in a hot rod.
Oh, but that's it. Hold on. I just feel like I have zigzag in my head, just like really like fashion. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
there
you
is.
I do feel like there's maybe a space for like, special shoes or something. I feel like that's such a zigzag line,
Yeah. Maybe there's like a shoe, like a.
The she shoe. Why
Ah!
get too fancy with
God.
it, right?
We can make the she shoe.
Yeah.
Shoe.
Well, I'm just here to support those that I care about, and you are, or someone that I care about. So I'm here to support you in whatever way.
Thank you so much.
No.
And I just feel like as somebody who has a wish, but if I weren't, like if I were weak-willed, and obviously I'm not, but if I had a wish and I was weak-willed, I would be like, let me give it to somebody who's strong-willed who needs my wish. I would just give it to them. So I think this religion has legs, like me.
Yeah. Yes. You do. Yes, I agree. I think that definitely somewhere with that. I think it's such a good plan. It's just such a really
I
good.
really thought it out. So thanks for hearing out my entire plan.
Oh, of course. I wanted to make it plan A, but I didn't want to, to make everybody else uncomfortable with that. So
Well, if it doesn't work, I'm just gonna kill everybody. I mean, I hate to kill my followers, but I've done it before. You know what I mean?
Totally. I'm a Bazan. Believe me, I understand. Bazan Keen has a long history of killing our followers when needed. So yes, it's a great way to actually builds up more followers in the long term.
I don't
So it
want
makes
to. I would
perfect
like
sense.
to tell people I'm saving their souls and take their wishes, and they live. Good for
Mhm.
them. They survived.
It's an investment, really.
Yeah,
You're just providing good advice.
exactly. But if it
It's-
doesn't work,
You're such an
Murder.
inspiration, really.
thank you
Yeah.
so much.
I just feel like a better person merely by hanging around you.
It's probably my wings.
They're spectacular. Yeah. Did you do that? Is that all you? Like,
She's
did you
just
get
doing
the...
her wings in his face, like just.
Oh, you're a dragon?
No, my angel wings,
Oh,
my Aasimar
oh,
wings.
your Aasimar wing. Oh,
Yeah.
right. Understood.
I'm just getting
Oh,
used
you
to
have
it.
you have straight up angel wings. Got it. Understood.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. You certainly can. Aasimar don't always have their wings. They only appear when they're like. But guess what?
I'm practicing.
Shishu can
Shishu's
just
not
have
gonna
wings.
She's not going to show them all the
Understood.
time, but she's practicing. You know what I mean?
Of course. Oh my gosh.
You think they weigh a lot, but they don't.
Wow. I believe it.
As you guys are walking, you hear the
You're tall.
Thank you. I just wanted to change things up. I really want to
What
be
are you
someone
doing with your
that
voice? Are you just
can
like
lean
doing
on.
that with your voice, or is that your biped voice?
No. This is just my biped voice. It's not. I'm not trying to do anything. There's more room in here for the sound to reverberate. That's it. Do you like this voice?
Yeah, it's bassy. I like it.
Lagak, hearing all of
Thank
this, just
you.
walks further away from them. At this point, the
Like the worst court.
You ever, on a hot day like this,
Awful.
my friend
Awful.
driving here, you ever have like an apple spritz? It's very refreshing on a hot day.
an apple spritz. I mean, I guess like a cider or something.
No, you like mix it's like made with like an apple brandy, like an apple jack.
That seems too fancy for me. Anyway, you've turned around and you're now sort of heading back, and kind of you kind of come to a stop, and actually will overshoot where they were and sort of walks up to Lord Buku and Shishu, who may be covered, like 30 yards or something on their walk before this car comes back up to them.
God.
Sort of goblin stops. The Gawk is walking up from behind. All right, well, there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed your ride. It's Pretty cool, right?
It was lovely. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, no problem. There's you'll see a few a few hot rodders. Somebody was real smart. You see, they used a wish not to have one of these things. They used a wish to know how to build these hot rods. Pretty cool, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got
Super cool.
I'll only say this: if I haven't used my wish yet, I'm really thinking about. I got some ideas. For ways to soup these things up a little bit. If I haven't used my wish, but I might have. You never know. Oh, hey, you two. Hey, you want to go for a ride? Other tall ones?
It was very fun. If y'all want to take, I mean, I
Yeah, I
may
had
have
a great
swallowed my
time.
back
I had a great
teeth,
time.
but you might.
It was
great.
Shishu, would you like to go for a ride with me in the hot rod?
Sure.
Okay.
Wait, did I hear you say, as you were pulling up, say something about your wish?
Yeah. Well, that's the whole fun, right? That's the whole mystery of the mystery, right?
You haven't used your wish?
Ooh, I don't know. Ooh, who knows?
What happens when you use it?
What do you mean?
Like, you don't know
I mean,
if
like-
you used your own wish?
Well, no, I know if I've used my wish. Do you know if you've used
It's
your wish?
It's private, so we should speak quieter.
Well, you don't. Some people are real open about it. I'll give you a hint. If you ever see someone who has angel wings like yours, I can assume that they've already used a wish.
Maybe or maybe not.
Yeah, but that's the point. Maybe or maybe not. Or maybe because you got like for a non-goblin, your face isn't terrible. So maybe you convince some other non-goblin to use a wish to give you wings. So
How much wish trading is there in these parts?
in these parts, not very much. That's a real Panopolis kind of thing. Ugh, that place is lame.
Are there wish
Why
features?
do you hate it?
Oh, I went there once. It's okay. I went there on a trip. It's not actually that lame. I shouldn't say that. It's okay. They're okay. I don't know. Wait. I'm sorry. Are you guys all Mysterians? Are you guys are you local? Are you Balding Mystery? Are you from here?
We're from far away.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Hang on a second.
We're just trying to figure out what it's like here.
Yeah. Well, here it's great. That's the whole thing about the Balding Mystery, right? I'm sure you've heard this a billion times. But look at the road. Things here just work.
Is there
Huh?
Is there any way
What?
for me to combine my knowledge of small talk subjects and read person in some way to kind of pick up context clues to kind of figure out what he's talking about?
Absolutely. I think that's a great idea. Do a read person, and you can
I love
add your small talk. Add your whole small talk subjects. That's fine.
Okay.
God,
Okay.
you got 9 dice on this, sir. Don't be a Pierce.
Wow.
I only
9
I
dice
always
and
try
can
not to
change
be a
one.
Pierce.
Yeah. I think literally the worst you could do is 3rd degree success. Because if you roll 9 dice, 2 of them have to be the same number, and then you could change another one to something.
All right. Let's change that one. So that's 6 ones.
6 ones.
What?
Wow.
Dang.
Wow.
6 ones, and it's all about intention and inspiration and artwork. So I will say that yes, I'm gonna say that Tongart, using your ability to like pick up cues, I'll say that just we won't fully role play it, but like as this is happening, XigXag, Buku, Elon, and Shishu seem to like suddenly start wondering if Tongart read some prep material you guys didn't get or something, because Tongart's like making some really informed like conjectures about some stuff. So Tongart, I will say that you get a strong suspicion that there are different forms of government on these different continents. The Balding Mystery, which is what this place is, seems to be a rather benevolent sort of government, and based on what he said, maybe some other little hints, you have a strong suspicion that maybe somebody really powerful at some point wished for a government that would just work, and that's what they have here. So
Wow.
basically the government like really just provides for like it really like you suddenly look at this road that you guys are driving on and you're like, oh,
Yuck.
What a novel concept.
yeah, this
Yuck.
they somebody used it's probably just some fed up person was just like, I can't, like, not even to help everyone, just like, I'll have less problems if just like, so whatever form of government exists here is seems to be very benevolent and very, you know, kind of like, and it just, but also it probably has some like weird, like, it's like, what's the economist talking about, the invisible hand? Is that Adam Smith? Was that the invisible hand? The
Wealth of Nations.
yeah. And the idea of how it's like pro free market. So this place has an invisible hand that's good. That's the idea. Just something works on this place called the Balling Mystery. You also get the impression that it is up to different people if they share whether or not they've used their wish. And that there is some degree of like, ooh, I want this thing so much that I'll use my wish to sort of get it here or there. But based on this society, you suspect that it is not a super common thing. And he's also said that, but kind of in the full context, you're sort of getting why. Yeah. Sure.
Wow, I had to Google the invisible hand, and now I get it.
Yeah. So this is a nice invisible hand.
Yeah.
That's the idea. Yeah. So basically, Tongart now is saying a lot of things. So this person has kind of, he didn't seem like suspicious that you weren't from around here. But now that you're saying all of this, he seems to be like, okay, these people aren't crazy. Like, this guy gets what's going on, you know? Yeah. Tall guy, or, you know, or, oh, you're a goblin. So he just assumes you're probably local. Like, this guy gets it. Yeah.
Tongart just got nominated to Archbishop of Shishuism.
Oh,
Impressive.
well, yeah, and also forgive all our questions, my friend. We're traveling right now, trying to see what's out there across all of Wenha.
Oh, yeah.
Or Wish World, rather. Not just, you know, the whole plane, right? We're kind of traveling around as much as we can to kind of...
Oh, are you... are you guys from a different plane?
I mean...
maybe yes, maybe no.
Oh, cool. Wow. Okay.
Draw your own conclusion.
I got it. Understood.
Well, we've done some plane traveling, but we are from Wenha. We spent a long time away.
From Mondevue.
Sorry,
Mondevue.
Yeah. Wenha's a deity. Gotcha. Well, yeah. Okay, so you're... Okay, wow. So you've been
We've been gone for a long time. We're coming back, like,
Crazy.
a really long time. We're not sure how things have shook it out over here, so we're kind of just traveling around to kind of see what's what.
Did you guys go to Rumino?
We did not.
Why?
What's Rumino?
Rumino sounds weird. I don't know. I had a friend who said he got accidentally pulled. A friend of mine, he went into like a fairy grove and he was in those fairy places and the fairies tried to send him home, but they sent him to a different world called Rumino. And he said the people there were real nice, but real weird.
Weird how?
They were just, everyone was just wanted to be in love so bad.
Oh,
That was like the
that
whole
sounds
point of the
terrible.
place.
Before we get into it, is there a shoe shop in town?
Ooh, a shoe shop. I mean, you can maybe get shoes at this inn up here. We're pretty far from towns, you know. This is from Fresheb to Ofalo. It's probably like a you got to stop twice. There's 2 inns between here and Ofalo.
Those religious folk you mentioned earlier, are they staying at that inn?
Yeah, well, some of them are there. They went there, but what they're trying to do is go to the old empty church. They decided to, because they heard it was Haunted. I don't know how to say that word.
Oh, I understand.
Mm.
They were like, but that was like,
Maybe we should go there first.
that was a good thing for them. They were like, yeah, let's check this place out. This place.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, but we should. I don't know. What do you think, sis? Do you want to shop at a shoe shop, Shishu?
I mean, I want to do whatever XigXag wants to do, but I also...
Should you shop at a shoe shop, Shishu?
I should shop at a shoe shop.
By the
I
seashore.
was thinking maybe we should check out this church thing.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I think that
religion
or the
sounds
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
down, I'm kind of digging it here. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
Hey.
kind of hard to reinvent things like when things are going so well, but maybe their religion sucks. It sounds pretty
Hey,
trash.
buddy, does anybody in these parts wish for
am I
just
buddy?
like
Sorry, am I buddy?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah, pal. Does anybody in these parts wish for just like mundane things like, you know, a bunch of money?
I mean, people
Or
wish for all sorts of
power.
stuff. Yeah, of course.
How's that?
Power, like they want power.
Huh? I mean, you just wish for whatever you want. That's the point of a wish. That's what's so cool about it.
Hmm.
You follow- you
Just
follow-
wondering how popular it was. That's all.
Yeah, you follow your. I mean, yeah, everybody, you know, everybody just follow your bliss, right?
What's the worst wish you've ever seen?
Dude. All right.
Dude.
Oh man. I can't even believe I know this story. My friend Mevin. I know it because I saw it happen.
Ooh.
And I'm
Okay.
gonna say this. Even if I've used my wish, I'm not even gonna like say it out loud just in case. Because it was so awful. But I know that Wenha would never do such a thing. But cause I'm telling you guys, when Mevin did this, I could feel the air saying, like, "Are you sure?" I felt like the world being like, "What?" Mevin is a friend of mine. He's real dumb, and he was really getting frustrated with his wife because he said that the soup she made was too good. And I can't even like bring myself to say this was his wish, his actual wish. And he said the soup she makes is too good, and he always complained about it. He was real mean to her. They were a toxic pairing, but I feel like probably that like there was no getting them apart because I guess when they would make up it was loud. Listen, the point is, guys, she made this soup, and her soup was great for the record. And I think he was just mad. Oh, Mevin was trying to make some models and they fell apart, and so he was all up. He was in a bad mood anyway. So he had tried her soup and he ate it. And he just goes, that just once, this was just a little worse. And everyone was like, what? And then like we could feel the universe like, huh? And he said, yes, that's what I want. Just once, this was a little worse. And then, like I took a bite and it was a little worse. Like this, he spite ruined one batch of soup. The next week it was good again.
What did it fix their relationship?
No! They're still together. Miserable.
Wow. I wish she had a little bit more self-respect for herself than stay with the guy that would use his
I
wish
know,
that way.
but again, the making up was very loud, if you understand what I mean.
Has she used her wish yet?
How you think the soup got so good? I actually don't know. It's conjecture. But I know Mevin did it. Oh, Mevin.
Wow.
Because he didn't even make it bad, It was a little worse. Oh, boy.
Can I ask you a question? Just
You seem to be doing it a bunch. Go ahead.
yeah, we are. Well, I'm just curious. I'm just gonna assume right now that you haven't used your wish.
You can make all
Mostly-
sorts of assumptions.
Mostly because you refuse to say the word.
Oh, it's still bad luck to say it
Caution.
even after you've done it. I mean, if you're,
Right,
you never know.
Well,
you never know if you're one of the people who gets two.
Some people get two.
Some people get two. Wow.
That's
Wow.
exciting for them.
See, how do you know that some powerful mage at some point didn't say, a bunch of people get an extra wish, and then croaked, like a deathbed wish?
Oh.
So you
There's
never
such a
know.
thing as a deathbed wish.
I mean, yeah.
That makes
the
sense.
saddest thing is to not do a deathbed wish and just to die without a wish.
Does seem to go against the principles of the whole wish thing.
Yeah.
To wish for more wishes,
Live
even
your life.
if others still.
Could you, on your deathbed, if you haven't used your wish, say, and I'm saying this hypothetically, I
Mhm.
bequeath my to
Of course.
so and so.
Yeah, totally.
Mm.
Transfer, yeah, people do that all the time.
What would make someone transfer their wish or use it for someone else?
I mean, it's that sort of thing. If it's like someone you really love and care about, you know, or if it's like part of a greater good. I mean, they say that when the Bawling Mystery was formed, it was probably, you know, a lot of different wishes all went into it. I mean, there's no way the wishing road was just one wish, you know.
Of course,
Hmm.
that'd be silly.
I mean, well, maybe it was, but
Well, you,
I
you
imagine. it was.
definitely couldn't like coerce somebody to give them your wish, right? Like you couldn't. There would never be a scenario where that would happen, right?
I mean, you hear about it here and there, a little, but like, you know, certainly not here. They're gonna shut you down if you try to do that. In the Bawling
Who's
Mystery.
they?
Well, you know, like the mystery will, but like the which you can tell from context means like the government, basically. Like if you're you know doing that. I mean, I feel like in Panopolis you could do that, and I bet that divinity people in the deserts, I bet they do stuff like that. I feel like you got to give up your wish to join their cult or whatever it is. I shouldn't say cult. That's mean. Hey, it's kind of a cult though.
Divinity people out in the desert.
Yeah. So there's it's CERM, the Yaw of Divinity.
Yaw Divinity.
Yeah,
The YOV, the Yaw of Divinity. They're real. They got like their religion's very weird, but I feel like a lot of people who join it is that they give their wish to it, you know. But I mean, and they got some good stuff. Like you can't get sick there. If you're on that continent, you can't get sick. So that's
Pretty
pretty
good.
cool.
Oh.
That is pretty cool.
What if you're already sick? Hmm.
Yeah,
It's a great question.
yeah. I think it's if you're there, you'll be fine. I think. I mean, it's strong, but it's kind of I don't know. But they're also kind of weird.
Well, thank you, friend. What was your name, by the way?
Hmm?
Your name.
Fucking Christ! Hold on. I came up with Mevin already. I just used the name I'd come up with for his friend. Now I don't have a name for this guy.
Melvin.
Melvin
Evan.
and Evan.
We'll call him
Bob.
we'll call him Zobert.
Zobert.
Robert.
Well,
Zobert.
Pleasure to meet you, Zobert.
Yeah, but they call me Big Z. Yeah, let's
Big
go with
Z.
that. Yeah.
Well,
He turns around
yeah.
and shows you there's like studs spelling out a Z on his on the back of his
Well, yes. Thank you for all of the information. There, Big Z.
yeah, anytime. Or I mean, you know, unless I won't be here too long. I'm probably going back to Fresh Ebb. Because it's closer to Fresh Ebb than they'll follow. The follow's kind of far.
Which direction was that abandoned church? The old church?
It's you see it on a hill. It's like right. It's right there, yeah.
I love the idea. You point, I turn, and like it just like the light like fades.
Yeah. He's like, unless there's a different one. That's the only one I know about. They're the one by this inn. I like this inn because they're not dicks here. Some of the inns are kind of mean. They don't like our cars. Well, good luck to you guys.
Thank you very much.
That was a good one.
He kind of goes back to where, because there were a couple other hot rods parked there, and he just goes back to those and kind of continues doing his thing.
I guess we head to this church and either take up some real estate or start a holy war. No, it's not. We probably shouldn't start by doing that.
I don't think you have to jump straight to Holy War. I don't know.
We just want to get a good see what's going on here. You
So
know.
if you guys are going to go up to that church, which is certainly very easily done, you can get there in like, you know, 5 minutes or so. Or you're gonna walk. You're gonna kind of circumvent this sort of inn and just go straight to the sort of the church. Cool. If you guys make your way up there, you will notice that there do seem to be some figures passing inside of whatever windows are there, although it can be hard to see. It's only like a cloud passes because it's so sunny. Like the front windows are very sort of bright, but you'll occasionally see like a figure sort of pass within when the lighting is right. As you're coming up to it, there does seem to be someone sort of hanging out, sort of there, kind of on the just like on like the edge of it, just kind of like on like just at the doors. And upon seeing you all coming, sort of steps out. This person is wearing pretty sort of standard like biped clothing, you know, sort of a leather boots and thick breeches and
Nice
kind
boots.
of stuff. They make a luck roll on that point.
Ooh, 2 7s.
2 7s, sure. They're good, and they look like they'd be quite a trophy. So this guy, he's a human. He's maybe about like 40. And he's kind of he's wearing sort of mostly black, but he has like a very like a white shirt on sort of underneath. And as you're kind of coming up, he'll sort of say, "Hello. Are you Jordana?"
Are you Jordana?
No. I'm waiting for Jordana, but if you're not she, that's no problem, of course. I just was wondering if any of you are Jordana, no? Oh, good.
No, that's not among our number here.
All right. Well, are you coming to the church? It's not in the best of repair, but you're certainly welcome.
We heard some interesting things about it down while we were traveling down the road.
Ooh. Were you at the inn, or did you?
No, we haven't made our way over there yet.
I see. I saw you kind of cutting across. Are you ghost hunters?
Why are you?
I mean, we have been.
Oh.
We have encountered some ghosts before.
Well.
Mm-hmm.
No. If you were ghost hunters, I was going to maybe ask you to maybe curtail your efforts. We're attempting to sort of. We're attempting to occupy this place in a different way. It's been abandoned for a while.
Oh, and you want it with ghosts?
Well, I don't want to upset the balance by my name is
you want to make it it's an upsell thing. You want to make it like an attraction.
Well, I certainly want any sort of followers and devotees to come here, to pilgrims if they wish, but I'm not sure what you mean by upsell.
Charge admission, just do the thing, you know what I'm talking about, buddy? Like, just
charge admission. No, we would not charge admission for this.
Well, you could.
Oh, I see. No. I understand, and I wouldn't begrudge it to you at all. I would simply say if you're here seeking sort of treasures, believe me, this place has long been picked over.
Oh, no.
To us, the building is the treasure, not the.
Yeah, no, I get it. No, believe me, the real estate is where the real gold is. Believe me.
What's your name, friend?
My name's Elan.
What's yours?
You paused for an amount of time that makes me think that actually is your name. Had you spoken 2 seconds earlier, I would think, this is fake. But I feel like I saw a full circle journey. My name is Seaton Crossley.
Can we just look at the ghosts? I'm very interested in ghosts.
You're very welcome. Everyone's welcome in our church.
Who's Jordana?
Jordana is a traveler who is I've been told I've never met Jordana. You understand? That's why I asked if any of you are Jordana. Jordana's a member of our group. I don't even think I can call us a religion just yet. But Jordana is another who is sort of seen the way, and Jordana is someone who's coming here with some materials for us. Is all. But
what's he dressed like?
He is dressed in like pretty standard biped traveling clothes, kind of a black sort of like jacket cloak.
What are his nails look like?
His nails are pretty clean.
They're not painted.
Not painted.
Oh, sorry for a callback. His nails are clean, well trimmed, and I have to think if he was. I don't know if your friend Zobert was saying their nails were literally painted black, or he was just saying they're kind of goth-like. The guy definitely has a certain goth energy to him. Whether or not his nails are, you know what? Roll a luck. Give me a luck, Elon. Do you want his nails to be black? You will decide. You'll decide based on your thing.
Parabates.
His nails are painted black, as if to make the punching and weaponry better. Yeah. And he's kind of his hair is kind of like a little long. There's a goth vibe.
I got it.
Absolutely.
Where did you get your shoes?
Shoes. Ooh. These I got. Would have been summer before last. So,
Warm thought.
What? What's that? No, it would have been. I think I got these in Azalon.
Can I have them?
XigXag.
He
Yeah,
sits
it's
down
really
on a
full.
little
I'm
rock.
not supposed to say
He
that.
sits down on a rock and takes off his shoes and
Thank
walks
you.
to you, XigXag, and hands them to you. And he puts
Thank
his
you.
hand on top of your hand, like he kind of does like a real youth minister sort of grip of a thing, kind of
Oh my
some
God.
connection. And he looks at this and then he looks you right in the eyes, XigXag, and he says, kind of looks down at you and says, "Go with dread. Please. I have other shoes. Would you? You're welcome to come in if you did want to look around.
Oh, dread.
Yeah, please come."
Did we lose Pierce?
It looks like we did. I'm sure he'll be back in a moment.
Come back, Pierce.
He heard that and was like, peace out.
He doesn't like go with dread.
He does not.
Have we heard that before?
Well, the trick here, Andrew, is that you have heard it, but I
Yeah.
don't believe you guys have heard it.
We didn't.
But I will.
We didn't hear it in any of our. Yeah.
I'm going to confirm it though in my doing a. No, you have not heard. No one has used that phrase.
Not from the Redlands, I hope.
But he'll sort of. Do you ask him that, XigXag?
Sure.
Oh, the Dreadlands. No, I'm never been blessed enough to visit, but, well, you know, would you like to come in?
Yes, please.
Please, this way. He'll sort of walk in and say, my friends, we have a few wanderers who've come and they wanted to look at the building. Please allow them to operate in peace. I'm sure that you won't get in the way of any of our preparations, will you? Very good.
And if you need those shoes back, I mean, we can tell XigXag to. I mean, you would crush her. But what's right is what's right.
No, it is fine. The question was asked so directly. I felt it was right to simply grant it. I can get other shoes. Would you like to, oh, here. Here's one of our priests. She is, she's this way. You can come and speak to her if you would like. he'll kind of begin walking you down, and like it looks like there are like this place is like half full of pews. Some of them are sort of rotten, some have been sort of ripped out, but there are a few sort of in place. You see various kind of people. No one's in like a uniform, and it doesn't seem like but people are just kind of looking around, and you see a lot of people are like sweeping up, you know, detritus and things like that. People are also putting some like boards over some broken windows here and there, just kind of trying to, you know, very clearly trying to get the place in order.
Can I use my research or something to investigate, to look for ghosts?
To look for ghosts, you can. Interesting question. Don't know exactly about the. I'll tell you what. Make a smell roll. Let's see if you can smell any ghosts. That's kind of be your, you know.
Ghost have a smell?
I mean, I think that you guys have encountered enough undead here and there that I would say that you certainly might know.
Okay. Okay, that is 3 of trinket.
A 3, a pair of 3s.
No, a pair of 3 6s.
Oh, 3 of trinkets. So sorry.
Yes.
You, once you've entered this room, now that you're no longer sort of, you know, had cover from it or whatever, you can detect some undead creatures in here. None of them seem particularly strong or powerful. It's more sort of a kind of lingering whiff of them. It's the sort of thing where you would probably suspect that occasionally on a creepy night you might see a ghostly figure.
Oh.
It's not. It doesn't seem like these are full-on apparitions, but there is a ghostly energy here. So.
Disappointing.
Yeah. However, there is a woman, who is kind of closer to an altar over there, and he kind of is taking notice of you. She has interestingly, she has like various like rags and sort of towels like over her head, as if she's as if she's like drying her hair. And there's like a basin of water, and you hear some like sloshing. She's wearing kind of just like she would be wearing a very clean purple robe, actually. As you get closer to her, she seems to be a shadow elf, like your friends in the court. Although, as she sort of approaches you, her features are maybe less like incredibly sharp and kind of otherworldly, the way the elves of the Shadow World and Fairylands are. She appears to be more sort of, you know, material plane. Appears to be sort of more biped and not kind of a creature of another realm. But she does have these. Here we go. She's in the process, though. You notice she's like drying her hair, and she's like, there's like some like water and stuff, and she removes these sort of towels, and her hair has been presumably dyed bright red. And so she kind of like is looking at this and kind of waves to sort of Seaton as he's coming over, and she'll kind of just sort of come down and say, "Oh yes, there are. Is Jordana here already?" Seaton will say, "No, this is none of these are some wanderers who wanted to look at the church."
Wanderers, okay.
Yes, and some just they're not pilgrims. I don't even know if they've heard the words of dread yet, but they seem to be.
Ooh, what are the words of dread?
Well,
or we can't hear them. Can I not hear them?
Oh, you can hear this. The words of dread.
Okay.
If you, she'll say, we do not wish to proselytize to those who are not interested. We are very happy to tell you of what we have learned and what we're She kind of shakes out her hair, which is still damp, but is this kind of vibrant red color. What we have discovered. We have We have some made already, yes, please. We will present you as travelers. We have enough for them, right? And she sort of turns, and some disciple or helper is kind of moving over. They sort of bring over, and she kind of says, perfect, yes, thank you. We would like to present you all with a gift for your arrival. The dreadful word has come to the world, a direction for a world of wishes and possibilities, a sudden awakening to that which has always been below. Please accept these. And she starts handing you all these small, kind of almost like corn dollies. Just these little handheld dolls. They're wrapped in purple, and they have sort of like bright red hair.
Mm-mm.
She hands each of you
This is so.
one of these
Is
dolls.
that the?
Is it who? Is it? Oh, you guys haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's your favorite. Yeah, it's her.
Very cool.
So
Yeah.
Sophia cross-stitched Maisie for
Maisie.
me
God.
and sent that. So
That's awesome.
anyway, there is this person there handing you little, those kind of like small little handheld, kind of sort of like a corn dolly or like a a roughly created sort of doll. No face painted on it, just kind of like a little representation of this
Is there
thing.
anything I can roll to sort of get a vibe from
You
these
may
dolls?
absolutely and 100% roll a detect vibe on the doll. And I think it would
Oh,
be.
that's nice. Where is that? Intellect? Or
It's
where is
under
that?
your will.
Will.
Oh, not my strength. Double artwork.
Double artwork. Creepy. Bad vibes. You don't smell anything literally on the doll, but you have the feeling like you wouldn't want to sleep with one. You wouldn't want one under your
I'm
bed.
not taking. I'm like, no, I don't think I want
She
the
No,
she
that's all right.
she is not sort of forceful, but she puts it into your hand. It's like,
No, I'm not. I'm just like, no, 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 no.
oh, I see. Are you frightened? It's just a little doll. I assure you, there are much scarier things than dolls out there, aren't there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
not this doll.
we've seen some scary stuff. This isn't really our vibe.
What are your names, my friends? I don't know that I would fully call myself a priest yet, I don't know that this is yet a religion. I know that it is going to be, though. I can feel that. So I don't know. You don't need to address me as a priest or anything of this. My name is Catriona Shadowhouse.
Catriona Shadowhouse?
Catriona Shadowhouse, yes, that is me.
Oh, well, nice to meet you. I'm Tongar Lasso.
Lord Buku Bazan.
Lord,
Lord Buku Bazan.
Lord Buku? Lord of where?
It's just a family battle. I don't actually have a.
Awkward.
I see.
I no longer have a fiefdom which to
Oh.
call my own.
We want AOL. We were displaced from AOL in the wars. She says, I'll tell you what, anyone who has like high read person or psychology, you get a vibe that she is like, she's just intense, but you don't think she's trying to catch him in a lie. She's just, what she's probably trying to do is make a really deep, she wants to make a really deep connection, She's not trying to like
Oh, yeah.
trick you. She's just like, yeah.
Right. I'd say
Let it out. Let it out, Buku.
it's a part of my life I have been forced to leave behind, and don't care to talk about.
Oh,
That's
of
all
course.
right.
We all have things we are forced to leave behind. But the sensation of that which you have lost is another form of dread. Dread is the most powerful emotion we have. Fear of what is coming or what is there and we can do nothing to stop.
That's why you gotta
past-
stay in the. That's why you gotta stay in the present.
Oh no, the present is full of dread as well, my friend. Perhaps more so. We will never know the future and we will never touch the past again, but the present is around us at all moments and it is suffused with the sweet smelling mist with a coppery aftertaste of dread.
No, thank you.
And are you finding?
For the record, did anybody else not take a dolly besides XigXag?
I did not.
Okay. Lord
Gotcha.
Buku and Tongar
I'm just
took
telling
dollies.
everybody these are bedward dolls. Don't take them.
Mm-mm.
What, Buku and Tongart took the dolls? That's not.
No, I don't.
nice.
I never take swag from places.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's
Yeah,
kind
I
of.
don't need free trash.
Yeah. There is a new. There are dreams we've seen. The dolls that you, I understand you don't wish to take anything, you of course don't need to. The dolls that you two have taken, she turns to Lord Buku and Tongar, they represent dreams that have been there all along, but for whatever reason now are making themselves so known. I can feel the children waking up each morning terrified, the adults awakening each morning with growing uncertainty as to what is, with a disquiet about what it is they dreamt. Fears, worries, dreads, these things are making a rise, and this church is known as a place where there were once some unpleasant doings. It was shut down by the mystery, deconsecrated, but we have gained a salvage right to reopen it, as the mystery is of course very open to new religions.
Great.
Are you finding? So you're finding a lot of reception there to this message that you're bringing of the
Well-
dread is all around and everyone is feeling this dread.
We don't.
I know that you're feeling that. I'm not impugning that, but are you finding a lot of people receptive to this message in Mondavoo?
Yes. It has been going on a very short amount of time. But something
It
is
seems
there.
crazy to me that you have wishes and you use your energy on this kind of negativity.
Oh, it's not negative. It's all.
Feels like a
I understand why it might, but I assure you. Dread rules everything.
you'd speak really slowly.
I'm so sorry, I'm not in a hurry, and I hope that each of you is able to embrace dread in a way that works for you. As I said, especially as we are not yet a religion, we are not trying to proselytize anything to anyone. But if you are intrigued by what we say, when night falls, we will be holding a ceremony here, and you're all most welcome. And if you're too frightened to attend, that is fine, of course. And if you'd like to come back at midnight, there shall be another ceremony, and then at the witching hour, another ceremony still. And you're invited to all of them.
Are they
Thank
the
you so much.
same?
Okay, bye.
What was that?
Are they the
She
same
walked out.
ceremony?
She's just leaving.
Or you
No,
kind are they kind of?
they'll be different. They'll be related. Each one will inform what should happen at the next.
I see.
She kind of turns to she turns to your friend Seaton crossly and says, "Do you think my hair is the right shade? Is this what you remember?" He'll say, "It's very close. sure it's... Yeah, it looks good. Very good.
What
Goodbye.
shade is her hair?
What?
What shade is her hair?
Bright red.
Maisie red.
That. And her robe is like that. With maybe some highlights of that.
I think we should start a bliss kind of religion. You know, we join us and there will be bliss. Maybe we can meditate and
Oh,
Ooh. You know what it can be? It can be toxic positivity.
Are you guys all taking your leave at this point?
yeah. At this point, I think
yeah,
I've
we're
already-
already
I
walking
think,
down
I
the
think
road.
Join
Seaton
you.
will kind of, nod to you all as you go. Is there anything else
thank-
you need? Are you...
No, thank you.
No, we're
for
good. That's
welcoming us
great.
in.
Thank you.
I may be back. I don't know about the rest of you, but I may be back to one of
Understood.
these.
So,
Tucker.
And then I'll sort of rejoin you all.
So we'll say that you guys are like, I imagine that this is because this little church is like up on a hill. So I'd imagine there's kind of, like a stone, like not like a true stone walkway, just various like stones, But as you guys begin to like walk sort of like down this kind of steep thing on these bright green grass, you're you can all speak freely now. You've gotten away from it. Seaton is not following you or anything.
Seaton?
His name is Seaton.
It's almost Satan.
Seton, like Seton Hall. His last name is Crossley.
See Crossley.
Seaton Cross.
Is that do I, as a player, do I remember that name?
No.
No.
I don't
Wow.
like them.
Maybe we should come back after dark, turn back into dragon, and just burn down the whole place.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. But we should coerce their wishes out of them first.
I'm not sure we want to. Weren't you the ones that just said like don't start a holy war to me as we were walking over here?
I don't want anything to do with them. I'm so sick of the dread stuff. I just like
That's
it
true.
just gives me such a bad taste.
We have dread PTSD.
I just like we did so like I just want to remind us all just like last time we got this feels like metaphysically, metaphorically, metallogically we're right next to the wall of mist and it sounds like some of us are just wanting to just walk right through again.
Shishu turns around to look for the wall of mist.
Make a look roll under your vitality.
She doesn't understand metaphor.
Like
Oh my god, it's back.
This religion stuff is fine, and Sheesh, I support you, but I just really want to I just want to make some money.
Yeah, that's why we're starting a religion.
Well,
Let's get
I
ours.
understand if not everyone wants to investigate this further. But I'm just sort of curious. Not curious because I'm buying into anything that they say, but if this is sort of a message that's catching on, I'd like to see a little more of what they're doing. Just, again, part of this, what did you call it, Buku?
Oppo research. It's Oppo research.
So, I know they're not an established religion. We don't even know what the largest religion is here yet. We haven't poked around to find any of that yet. But I might
Go to the inn and see.
yeah,
That's
I
a
mean
good idea.
we've got many hours before even the notion of coming back to one of these things is
Yeah, it's probably like, I think it's like 4 p.m. and it's summer, so sundown won't be until 8. So yeah, you've got a nice long afternoon before night would fall. So if you guys start making your way down to the inn, I think we're gonna kind of wrap things up there. Although, Tongart, as you walk down, no, actually, it could really be any of you. Would everyone please make a detect vibe roll? Oh, wait. Never mind.
First roll.
That's your worst roll? I'm so sorry.
2 dice.
It's another double artwork for me.
Double artwork. All right. Lord Buku, you just carry on. Elon.
Can I use power to increase mine from 2 dice to 4?
Absolutely, you can spend 4 power to do that, no problem. And you'll get them back before nightfall. Yeah, you can roll 4. Elon, how did you do?
I mean, so many dice for so little results.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I have
Me too.
Oh,
a
could
pair
I
of-
change one? Yeah.
pair of
sorry.
talisman.
A pair of talisman. Understood. XigXag, you want to change one of yours?
Can I make my double into a triple?
Yeah, you can spend 5 power and do that. Tongard, how did you fare?
I am gonna spend 5 power to create 3 tome.
3 tome. Elon and Shishu. Well, Shishu, you had 1 match or no matches?
I'm gonna spend 3 power to re-roll my pool.
Love it.
Okay, a pair of coinage.
Understood. Elon and Shishu. Lord Buku, you had no matches? Because you only had 2 dice. I'll say that Lord Buku, you just walked down the hill. Like, that place is weird. Elon and Shishu, both of you do get, like, Shishu, you look and you don't see a wall of mist coming, thank goodness. But both of you keep looking over your shoulder with an unpleasant feeling. XigXag, you are more disturbed than they are. It's a very uncommon thing for you to smell something on the air and not know what it is, and to feel that it isn't even a creature, it's just an energy. There's just a vibe that's very bad. And XigXag, as you sort of go down the hill, you feel like there's something watching you.
Is it the doll that they got?
Tongard, as you walk down, you have a similar feeling to XigXag. And you see, like, Shishu and Ellen, like, looking around, kind of creeped out. You see XigXag, like, sniffing around even more aggressively, clearly upset, which, as a goblin, sniffing is a very different vibe than a dragon. But Tongard, as you're as you're going down, and also Tongard and XigXag, both of you are probably like having to get used to being sort of smaller statured humanoids, when you guys were draconics. Sure. in the thing, you guys, Elon, Lord Buku, and Shishu, this shift over is less extreme for you. Lagok is kind of just thinking this all was weird. But Tongard, when you turn around, your eyes scan the hill, and just there is this one little thing that sticks out to you against the green, which is a tiny little purple-clad, red-haired corn dolly that seems to just be, like, sitting on a little rock. It's just the same size as, like, the 4 or 5 inch tall thing that's in your hand. It's just sitting on a little rock, about 40, 50 feet back. Just kind of nestled in there, but just, there's not even a face on it, but you feel like it's staring at you. And it really gives you a creepy feeling. And that's where we'll end our session.
We need to burn that place down.
This is what happens in Lost Academia when you summon Maisie.
Right, because this, like, you have emphatically told me, and like that this place is not connected at all to Blood from a Stone.
It's not connected to
dragons
Blood
and
from a
Die We're not connected at all to the other
It's not connected to Blood from a Stone.
Just like we were told that we were going to be playing level 20 characters.
Yep.
No, this is different though. This is different.
Yeah, but this is less a lie. This is more I don't worry about what this is. Yeah.
It is still Dan's fault though.
I'm going to bid everyone adieu.
Good night. Good night. Thank you so much.
Night.
Yes, please, guys, go ahead and sign off, please, by all means. We went longer than I thought we would, because if there's one thing Philip likes, it's talking like a creep. Mm-hmm. It's like talking in a real slow, creepy voice. So sorry we got kind of hung up on that up there, but I'm glad we made it to where we did. Thank you all for watching this game. Please go to our YouTube to watch old episodes. Go to our Discord to interact with us. Go to the wiki, which I'm sure there may be some stuff that people are now going to want to add. On account of what just happened here. We do have some more games. I have to tell you that our theme party tomorrow night is I'm going to give it a likely but not certain, because as we're coming to the end of that, we might take a pass on those games when we're missing anyone, since it's such a small group anyway, and we we're at the end of it, so we don't want everyone to be there for the sort of these kind of final moments. So we may do some other thing tomorrow. Maybe it'll be a more Snapchat scenario. Who knows? On Wednesday, we are back with something. I still don't know if it's Lost Lore Academia or more Top Flight Tales. I will let you know that ASAP. Again, that is, I think I've said it, that is also really coming to an end. So I also want to make sure that we're able to play that when everyone's there. Whereas Top Flight Tales, whoever can make it, it's all good. It's just shenanigans. And then we will be back. And then we got Blood from Stone on Friday. A week from tonight, we are back with Strange Lore, where things are also heating up in some other cross-pollinating ways. Oh yeah, hey Vanda, in Strange Lore, our science fiction writer game set in the 1940s, someone named Odette Grafton just showed up with her maid named Wednesday, because it has now been revealed that game is taking place in the same universe as Murder by Murder. So yeah, that was a pretty fun thing. So we will, and then 2 weeks from tonight we're back with more of this to see what happens when our dragons decide to torch a church in the night, which I think that's what they should do.
I wish you hadn't said that, so I didn't feel like I couldn't say it. That's what I was already thinking.
You're welcome to continue saying it as much as you need to. Yeah, so we have but yeah, we will definitely do something tomorrow night. Not sure if it'll be a game or just a hang or whatever. But yeah, that's what we got going on here. Please follow all these wonderful people. If anyone, this is a night where we actively plug stuff. So I'll go ahead and say follow some of our nights. Like, I keep asking, do you guys want to plug anything? And everyone's like, not really. And I'm like,
really?
Great. Just follow them, follow their channels.
Hey, this is the only, yeah.
But I will say, please follow Anna and Jed and all the cool stuff they do on their Twitches and Instagrams and playing games like Dragon Air and Raid Shadow Legends. That's what Anna does. Or making delicious food like Jed does. Did I get it right?
Yeah.
No.
Eat happy Deadwood.
Yeah, Anna's at Anna Vicino on pretty much everything. Deadwood Jedi on YouTube, I think, is where Jed streams most of the time.
Get thee to YouTube. I love it. Andrew, what are you up to?
I'm restarting my stream starting tomorrow at 3 p.m. Andrew is trying here. Also, which reminds me, if you haven't played the game that I wrote, it was nominated. It was a best of it was one of the top games by NPR and also BAFTA of 2023. Goodbye Volcano High. I wrote a bunch of scenes for that, so
Very cool.
It's good. It's like a
If
visual
you like
novel anime.
If you like the impending doom that is often in these
There is a lot of
streams.
It's about a group of dinosaurs who are high schoolers, and then in their senior year, and then they realize on the radio that a meteor is coming.
Oh man.
And it's also a rhythm game, so it's fun.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But a rhythm game.
Welcome to indie games.
I love it.
Super fun. And as for me, in theory, I will be live again tomorrow at 1:30. So you can come hang out with me a little bit before, Andrew, if I manage to do that, where I've started Starfield. So I'll be continuing with Starfield, which is intriguing thus far. It is wild to me to play a game that spent 5 years recording dialogue and has 250,000 lines in it, and not one of them is spoken by the main character. You are a silent protagonist in the year of our Lord 2023.
Wow.
Boy. Oh boy.
But it's fun. It's good. But that's over on my channel, Pierce Likes Things. But
Very cool. Well, yeah,
and watch Taskmaster again. Should always plug Taskmaster. The New Zealand stuff is up on the YouTube channel now, and it's great.
New
So
Zealand season 2, guys, is
yeah. So just watch. Forget everything I just said. Don't watch me. Just keep watching Taskmaster.
I'm worried that it's going to be a longer delay because they still haven't put up the Champion of Champions. Or maybe they'll put it up tomorrow.
That's okay. I've watched all of season 11 again, and I'm starting season 12.
Oh, so you're going to rewatch?
I'm going to rewatch all the 5 and the 11
before that. Yeah. Well, I'm not doing that, so I want it ASAP. They also, did you see they announced the next cast?
I didn't watch that yet, but I saw the announcement.
The big person on there that people will know. Oh my gosh, sorry, bye. Oh, this is the longest outro we've ever done. The big person on there is Nick Mohammed, Nate from Ted Lasso will be on this season. So
nice.
And for what little you saw of him in the very short promo, I was like, all right, well this is a logical person to be on there. Vanda, you watching anything? I know what you watched. You can talk about what you just watched.
I was watching Only Murders in the Building. It's streaming in Hulu.
It's very good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's about these 3. Yeah.
Did you watch all 3 seasons already?
Yep, I binged it all.
They're very good.
I cannot wait for season 4.
It's very fun.
I wonder
stuff.
if they're gonna be in LA or not.
That could be fun. I feel like they have to be in the building though, so maybe they'll stay there.
Well, yeah, because of the thing that happened, but
but I just mean
they were all talking about LA at
I just mean the title of it means I could see them needing to be in the building. Well,
but it could be a different building.
That's true. Only Murders in a New Building. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been a lot of fun. We will see you soon. It is funny how we lost so many players there at the end, but so it goes. Until next time, drag yourself out of bed. And actually, it's late at night, so drag yourself into bed. Good night, everyone.